took a very long break from my Vimala handwriting based on this book, Your Handwriting Can Change Your Life by Vimala Rodgers. And it's interesting that the break I took was getting to the letter Z, which I often go by. It's a nickname that people use for me. So I'm going to practice my letter Z this morning and thought I'd do that with you and share a little bit about what the letter Z stands for in this philosophy. So let's see. It's called perfect contentment. I prefer to call this elegant letter the Z because it rings with more eloquence than the term Z. I love that. Call it what you will. As the grandfather of the alphabet, the letter Z looks back on his alphabetical family with a deep sigh of gratitude and contentment with one single thought. It's all unfolding perfectly. I think back when I had started this, maybe over a year ago, I couldn't say that yet. It's all unfolding perfectly. It still felt like things were wrong. So interesting, isn't it? Looking around at the world today, this attitude is puzzling to accept. Yet when you stand far enough back from it all and look at the big picture, it makes perfect sense. There are no accidents. Everything is unfolding in the divine plan. The big plan is not something for us to understand, but to change what we see we can and hand the rest back to God to figure out. I love that. The letter Z is a scripted example of a well-known serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, all the people, places, and things. That's my addition. The courage to change the things I can, which I consider my own attitude when I'm regulated, and my own behavior when I'm regulated, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that wisdom to me represents taking care of my nervous system so that I can more often be in the place where I have capacity to be able to take care of my own attitude and behavior. And the declaration of intent is there are no shoulds in my life. I am at peace. Jeez, isn't that actually wild that Z ended up being my nickname, and that is like my total mission in life is to let go of the shoulds and to be at a place where I can say I am at peace and it's all unfolding perfectly. Ram Dass's guru Babaji Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, he always said it's perfect, it's all perfect. But he also said, serve. And so it's this interesting paradox of, what Vimala says here of change what we see we can and hand the rest back to God to figure out. It's something that I notice that is pretty common with folks that I'm doing this journey with, is that people don't have someone that they're reaching out to for help in a non-physical sense. You don't need to have a relationship with this idea of God, but it does help to have someone to sort of do the thing that we call prayer with. Whether it's an ancestor that you trust, an author maybe that you love. Some people really like the idea of a future self. Reaching out and saying, I'm suffering and I need some comfort, or I'm confused and I need some gentle peace to help me in my confusion. I'm tired and I want someone to hold me. I'm feeling lonely and I need some companionship. When we have something non-physical to call on in those moments, it is an incredible thing, because then we don't have to wait for someone else to answer that call, when so often we don't have someone who can. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today. And I'm going to send you so much love. Oh, isn't that sweet? The last thing says, the letter Z stands alone. This is the loving patriarch who stands outside his extended alphabetical family and looks back fondly at each member with a warm and loving and accepting smile. And the element from, she lists elements for each letter. The element is ether. Ether is the fifth element from which the universe is made. It is invisible, containing all, and universally present, an expression of divine thought. This is a stunning description of the letter Z. So perhaps we could even reach out to the ether. Okay, lots of love.